I must say that the year 2020 is definitely on one. Chadwick Boseman was just too much. It just hit us too hard. None of us was prepared for it, and we're all still trying to deal with it, mostly because of the Blackpanther success and what it means, the symbol being that hero accepted across the masses. We don't get that often. But then also getting to know the man, the actor, and realizing that he too was a real superhero in life. And I take such comfort in knowing that he left such a great personal legacy. His legacy is absolutely gold. Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Miss Charlotte. And you know, on Wednesdays, I like for us to think. And I know this hit hard, but I want us to take this as a opportunity and a teachable moment about our own personal legacy. A lot of times we look to celebrities for motivation and inspiration, and we can use them as an example. So what I want you to think about today is your own personal legacy. Everywhere you look with this Chadwick Boseman, it's just great news here. Everybody has something nice to say. Everybody has like joy when they talk about him. And I wanted to know, when you pass, will you provide joy for people that you leave behind? When people talk about you, is it going to be joyous? Or is it going to be sad? Or is it going to be like, you know what? Everybody got to die, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. What are they going to say about you? And because we are blessed to be alive today, that means we have another opportunity to set the foundation. Because I personally believe that these last 4 years, I believe he was like setting his foundation for a beautiful legacy. He didn't waste these 4 years being depressed, being angry and just wallowing. He set his legacy in motion. He knew that what he wanted to be said about him, he knew the joy he wanted to bring to the world, and he laid that out. And we can do the same. We can start today. If you don't know how to define your legacy, I'm going to share a couple of things. First, when we think about legacy, we always think about money. It's a will. If you have a house, who do you leave the house to? Or car, or clothes, or diamonds, or shoes. Who are you leaving that stuff to? When we think about legacy, we think about that. A lot of times we don't think about legacy because we broke, living check to check. So we ain't got nothing to leave nobody. So why am I even thinking about a legacy? But we forget about the personal legacy. And I'm just gonna give you an example, a hood example of great people who have left amazing legacies. And I know you have these people in your circle as well, especially if you grew up in the hood. Okay, they might be called Old Man Junie, okay, or they might be called Crackhead Susie. We all got a nickname for that person that's in the hood. They may be suffering from alcoholism, they may be suffering from drugs, but they bring the community joy. They always got a joke, or they always dancing, they making you laugh, or maybe they rap, or maybe they sing. Whatever it is, everybody in the hood knows, even your kids know. And everybody talks about them in a good way. And unfortunately, when they pass, let's say they OD, or they get murdered, or they just pass away from old age, we are so sad. But when we talk about them, we're talking about the joy they brought the whole hood. It's like, yeah, remember when Old Man Junie said this? Or remember when Crackhead Susan did this? That's their legacy. We're talking about them in a positive way. We don't focus on their negative, but we focus on how they made us feel. And so that's what you got to do. You got to think about, when you pass away, how are you going to make your family feel? How are your kids going to feel? Are they going to feel joy? Are they going to rejoice in memories about you? And there's so many ways to leave your legacy, and it costs you nothing. Just being kind and sharing things, that's like a great thing. I had a grandmother, and I know some of y'all had this too. She used to just take pictures of everybody, and she used to keep photo albums, a collection. It'd be books and books and books. And anytime you wanted to reminisce, or anytime you wanted to hear a story about your cousin or your mom or your dad, you would go to your grandmother and she would bring out the book, and y'all would just go through your family history. That's legacy as well. She's making you feel good, and she's recording the history of your family. You can do that. If you know how to cook, teach the kids how to cook. If you know how to work on a car, teach the kids how to work on the car. That's going to be your legacy when you pass away. They'll be like, oh, Uncle so-and-so used to teach me how to do the cars. Oh, Auntie so-and-so, she used to teach me how to cook. That's a beautiful legacy. So think about your legacy. Now, when it comes to money, you have to get a will. If you're making good money and you don't have a will, you can start today, get your will in place, because there's certain things, certain pieces of property you want to go to certain different people. You want to make sure that gets handled. So a will is a place to start. If you are living check to check, start some type of CD. Start $100 and let it appreciate. Don't worry about it. Every now and then when you can, throw it into something that it will increase, it will appreciate, because hey, you may live for another 20, 30, 40 years. That money could be left for somebody. Also, if you're always buying Nikes, and if you're always buying designer jeans and designer bags and designer shoes, take a break for like 6 months and buy diamonds, buy a nice watch, buy something that is going to appreciate, something that you can pass down. Because when you die and your kids or your loved ones, if they need to bury you or if they need some money for hard times, they can pawn the jewelry, they can pawn the watch, they can get cash for it, and you have left them a legacy. You could also take a page out of Denzel Washington's book. We don't have Denzel Washington's money, but the scholarship that he set up for the college that wind up helping Chad later on down in his life, you could do the same thing. It doesn't have to be that big. You can go back to your grade school, you can go back to your high school, and maybe you just set up a supply scholarship. Maybe you just buy all the books, maybe you just buy all the pencils and the pens and the paper, whatever it is. Maybe it's just $500, and you can put that scholarship in your name. And one student gets your scholarship where all of their school supplies for that year is paid for. Your name could be on that, and that could be your legacy at your old school. It could be your grade school, your high school, or even your college. It's just giving back. It's just being positive. You can also decide that every day you're going to make 2 people happy. How? By going out and just saying something nice, just complimenting them. Just say 2 people every day, I'm going to make them smile. That could be your legacy as well. But it's up to you. You know, if you want to have a legacy where all you bring is hell and pain and hate, that's up to you. What do you want your legacy to look like? That is the question today. If you understand what I'm talking about, give me the thumbs up. Now, if you're the type of person that's like, I don't give a damn about my legacy, when I'm dead, I'm gone, ain't nobody getting nothing, I ain't got nothing. If you want to be that type of person, then hey, do you grown. We can agree to disagree. We grown and sexy. Leave it in the comment section as to why you don't want to leave a legacy. Keep it cute. Any hate, it will get deleted. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,000 subs before the end of this year, 2020. That would be something. If I get 1,000 in this ratchet 2020, I will be happy, okay? If you're watching this on my Facebook page, please like my page. And if you're watching this on my IGTV, please follow and share. And until next week, I will see you later.